Hey guys! So we're over here next to the bookshelf instead of like having it behind me because I film on my laptop and it's dead, so it's got to be plugged up. So I need to be here by the outlet. So that's what's happening. So sorry. There. Angle. Okay. Anyway, so today I'm gonna do the mid-year book Freakout tag because I need to hurry up before June is over and it's not the mid-year anymore. So that's what we're gonna do today. So yeah, let's just get into it. Favorite book so far this year? For that, I'm gonna have to go with Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I read this monster in 3 days and I was obsessed the entire time, like obsessed with these characters and this storyline and everything that was happening, and I couldn't put it down, and I loved it, and I was so invested, like extremely invested. And I have not enjoyed another book as much as I have enjoyed this entire year, but I'm sure that'll change in December when Fallen Kingdoms 6 comes out. I know they released a title, I just can't remember it right now. It's a really pretty title, but anyway. But yeah, when that comes out, that's probably going to be my favorite book in the entire year, because you guys know how I feel about Fallen Kingdoms. Alright. Did I say Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare? You guys should know that, but like, by the way. Okay, so favorite sequel. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Favorite sequel, All Good Things by Emma Newman. This is the 5th book in the Split Worlds series, which I love to death. And this came out this came out this month. And I read it. I read this in like a day and a half, I think. These books are so good. They're about fae and feminism and it's got like the Victorian era feel. It's so good. Everybody needs to read these because they are so fantastic, and they're urban fantasy, so they're pretty easy to get into. I love these so much. And this is the final book, and it was so good and perfect, and it wrapped everything up so well, and like, oh my babies, and I'm so happy with how it ended. I can't even tell you, like, so happy, and I'm so happy that this series came in my life and that I read it, and it's just so good. It's so good. Oh, if you guys were wondering, I gave both of those books 5 out of 5 stars. Let's see. Biggest disappointment. Now, I don't have this book, so I borrowed it from the library, but that would be A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. And let me explain. I only gave that book a 3 out of 5 stars, and I don't know, because everybody talked about it and hyped it up so much, and it sounded right up my alley. It's got the whole boarding school thing, it's got like the whole, like, you know, Victorian era sort of feel going on, all that good stuff. It's got supernatural stuff in it. I was like, this sounds like a book that was made for me, and it really wasn't. It just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I don't know, the feel of it just seemed really off to what I was expecting it to be like. I don't know how to explain it. It just was weird. I know, I'm not really giving you a good, it's so hard to explain because, like, the plot was interesting and the characters were okay. Something about it was just really off, and I didn't like it. Yeah. And it was slow in some places, and like, I like slow sometimes. I don't know. It's so hard to explain. But it just was not up to snuff. Like, I still enjoyed it. Like I said, I gave it a 3 out of 5, but like, it just wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be with how everybody was like talking about it and telling me that it was like so good. So I'll probably continue on, but not for a while, because the next book is like super huge and I just don't care enough to do it right now. So that's the thing. My biggest surprise for this, I actually have 2, and that's gonna be We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. and also The Selection by Kira Cass. Now, I started following Dylan the Reader 5, and this is his favorite book of all time. Like, it's in his Twitter bio. He talks about it all the time. And as you can see, I really loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's amazing, and everybody should read it. And Dylan's, like, totally right in that fact. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, though, just because it's got aliens in it and, like, abduction and stuff, and I'm not into that, like, at all. I kind of hate aliens, honestly. I really don't like them. I don't like stories with the aliens. It just doesn't appeal to me. I think it's because I was scarred as a child from E.T., and I just, yeah. So, anyway, but I did actually really love this. I thought that the storyline and everything was just really fantastic, and it was so good. And I think this is a really important book for, like, a lot of people to read. I do believe this is, like, one of those books that everybody should at least try to read in their lifetime, because it's really, really important. So, awesome. And then my other book, The Selection, like I said, I ended up getting it from Overdrive from my library. That's why I don't have it. I didn't want to spend any money on it, but I was interested in reading them because a lot of people on BookTube talk about them and hype them up so much. And I knew that people said the main character is annoying and that it can get kind of sometimes, but I still wanted to try it out. That's why I got it from Overdrive. So I did, and I read it, and this was pretty recently. I read it this month, and I really liked it. Like, I'm surprised at how much I liked it, and I didn't find America annoying at all. I'm kind of confused as to why other people do. Like, because I guess other people are, like, mad at the way that she's acting, but I feel like she's completely valid because she just wants to, like, be with her guy, and, like, she doesn't want to go off to the selection. I don't see what's wrong with that. Like, I feel like that's a good way to be thinking. I mean, she's got her head on straight, I feel like, she's not, like, just about, like, trying to be the queen or, like, move up in society or money or, she just, like, I mean, in the end, she does it for, her family and because, her guy asks her to, I mean, and I don't know, I just feel like everybody needs to stop hating on America because I feel like she's kind of got her head on straight. I think she's, and, I mean, they might be talking about in the next 2 books, which I haven't read yet, but I feel like in the first book, like, she has her head on straight. I don't see anything that she did that seemed annoying or weird or, whatever. But that's just my opinion. But I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm surprised at how much I enjoyed it. And I currently have a hold for the second one on Overdrive. I'm just waiting for it to be checked out to me. So, yeah. Favorite new author, and this can be either a debut author or an author that's new to me. And for that, I'm going to go with Samantha Shannon, who is the author of The Bone Season. I read The Bone Season a couple months ago, and I also read The My Mortar, which is the second book, and I read them, like, back to back, which if you have been here, you know that that's really rare. I only binge series that are, like, fantastic, and those books were fantastic. Like, they have so much depth to them. The world building is amazing. The characters are so well fleshed out and developed, and everything about it is just so good. Like, so good. And I was just so impressed with those books, and I can't wait until my library gets to Song Rising because I'm going to be all over it. They haven't got it in yet, I don't think, or if they do, it's checked out, but I'm ready for it. So I really enjoy it, and I think Samantha Shannon is definitely going to be an author that I read from more in the future. Like I said, I'm just getting the books through the library just because I'm a poor person, but, support your local library. I definitely do all the time. I actually went to my library today, and I was going to get The Last August by Brittany Cavallaro because I checked, and yesterday it said it was in, and I was like, yes, I'm going to go tomorrow when I get off work, and I'm going to get it, and I went, and it was checked out. And I was so mad because I literally checked it last night, and it was already checked out by the time I got there today, and I was so angry because I really wanted to read it, and now I'm just really sad. So, yeah, I ended up checking out The Wrath and the Dawn instead because I've read like the first 100-something pages of that book, and I just never continued on because I got to this part where I was just like really bored. But I really want to continue, so I'm gonna try to do that and see if I can finish it, because so many people love that book, and I don't get why I don't. So I'm gonna try one more time, and if I can't do it, then I'm done. I'm throwing it out. I don't care anymore. I'm not gonna try anymore. So, but we'll see. I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry. Okay, so newest fictional character, and that's from a book I'm actually currently reading right now, and that's The Diviners by Libba Bray. And yeah, I know I said hers is like my biggest disappointment this year, but this is fantastic. Like, whoo, I am so impressed. Like, I think A Great and Terrible Beauty came way before The Diviners, so that's probably why, since she's grown as an author and everything. But this is so good. I'm over halfway through, and there's a character in here, and I can't pronounce her name. I'm gonna mispronounce it. I'm so sorry. Tetha. I don't know. Anyway, but she is fantastic. I love her. Like, I want to marry her and have her babies, and I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed, you guys. I love her so much. She's amazing. She is so freaking amazing, and I am so happy that I get to read about her, and I'm so happy. I love her so much. She's great. Also, honorable mention, Henry is fantastic too. Okay, bye. But yeah. New favorite character, that's going to be Charlotte Holmes from A Study in Charlotte, which I read earlier this year, and like I said, I was trying to get the sequel today. Didn't happen, unfortunately. But yeah, I love her character. She is so great. Like, she's so witty and weird. Like, she's like really weird, and I love it when characters are allowed to be really weird, like to be truly themselves and to be incredibly weird, and to like not censor themselves because of other people, or you know, to not be as weird because they're around other people. And I love it so much, and that's probably a reason why I love Sherlock, like the BBC show Sherlock, so much, is because he's just like that. She is so much like Sherlock, because I mean she like descends from him, but whatever. I love her so much. She's so great, and I can't even. I love her. She's a fantastic character. My phone keeps locking. I'm sorry. Book that made you cry. That's gonna be Akawar, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. You guys, I cried for like the last 50 pages of this book, and I was at work when I was reading the last 50 pages of this book. It was like around 8 or so, and so there wasn't really anybody there, but I was like in the kiosk, just I don't want to say bawling, but like there were tears, and they were coming down, and it was real. I love these characters so much, and their journey it meant so much to me, and I couldn't even. It was so good, you guys. It was so good. I'm just so happy with how it ended, and I just love everybody, and everybody is fantastic. And I can't wait until the companion books start coming out, because that's going to be amazing. Nesta better get her own novel. Just saying. Make it happen. I love Nesta. Like, Nesta is phenomenal. Like, fight me on this. I'm like really hostile today, so like if I say things that are like, you know, you're kind of like, like, sorry. I've been, like, super hostile today because when I was at work, I was talking to my coworker about Umbridge, and, like, I was just talking about how I really wish she would just fucking choke, and so I'm kind of hostile today, so I've also been up since 5:30 this morning, because I had to work 6:45 to 2:45, so I'm kind of exhausted at the same time. But I really wanted to go ahead and film this, like I said, before it is not June, because tomorrow is the last day of June, so yay. Next thing, book that made you happy, and for that I'm gonna go with Cricket Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Leigh Bardugo, sorry. I read this in January, right after I finished Six of Crows, and let me tell you, this book made me so happy. Like Wylan is fantastic, and I love him, and Jesper is fantastic, and I love him, and Ingy, and Kaz, like, Kaz fucking Brecker. I am Kaz Brecker trash. Like, I cannot even. I love him so much, and him and Ingy together, and just, they are everything. They are absolutely everything to me, and I can't even. I love them so much. They're so fantastic. They deserve the entire world and more, and I want to make sure that they get it. So yeah. I'm like so intense, I'm sorry. Okay, oh, my phone keeps locking, it's so frustrating. Fave book to film adaptation, sorry. Starting to get the dry throat. Okay, favorite book to movie adaptation that you saw this year, and I think the only one I saw this year was Fallen, which is based on the book Fallen by Lauren Kate, which I read back when I was like 13, and I was obsessed with that series. I still really love that series. I think it's really good. A lot of people don't like it, but I thought it was A++. The character development and the plot twist at the end of the series, just all of it was amazing, and I really love the whole angels and demons thing, so that's probably why a lot of people don't like the whole angels thing, but I'm like obsessed, so yeah. But like Supernatural is my favorite TV show, so come on, like, hello. Granted, I did read that series before I got into Supernatural, but that's probably why I love Supernatural so much. I'm obsessed. Anyway. But I watched the movie like a couple months ago, and it was pretty good. Like, it stayed pretty faithful to the book. There were some things that they changed that were, like, stupid changes. Like, they made no sense to change them. They would have been better if they had just stayed like they were in the book. But for the most part, like, the integrity of the book was together, and they didn't make any, like, major changes, like I said. I think they did pretty well with the adaptation, and I was pretty happy with it. I was pretty happy with the adaptation. The actors, I like the girl who played Luce. I thought she did a really good job. Also, the girl that played Penny was really great. She looked just like Penny. I imagined her, so they did really well. The guys, I didn't really like Daniel, just to be honest. I didn't. I always pictured Daniel as more of like Jamie Campbell Bower would have been the perfect Daniel to me. Which I see him as Jace, but I feel like he would have been a really good Daniel if they had let him, because Daniel has long hair for sure, and I don't know. I see Jamie Campbell Bower as Daniel, like, way more than the guy that did play Daniel. I mean, he did a pretty good job, like, his acting was pretty good. I don't know, he seemed a little stiff at some points. And then Cam, I did like the guy that played Cam. I thought Cam did a really good job. The guy that played him. Sorry, I don't know any of their names. I feel like a terrible person. But I thought he did a pretty good job, for the most part. There was that weird scene where he took her to a club. That does not happen. That was weird. Or at least it doesn't happen that way. It was weird. It was a really weird scene. I don't know why they put that in. They should have put in the scene where they go to the graveyard and they have their picnic. That would have been a better scene. That would have been a way more effective scene. But anyway, that's my answer Sorry, I went off on a tangent. Anyway. Favorite review you've written this year? Funny story, I don't really write reviews because I suck as a human being. I get too into the reading and I don't know, I'm not good at writing reviews, I'm sorry. Like, if I received them for, like, review or whatever, I would definitely write really well reviews. Like, I'm a writer, so, I mean, I'm well at that. When I'm reading for fun, I don't care to write a review. Being honest. But I would say I did get The Bone Witch, early from NetGalley, and I did write a review for that, and I think I did a really well job. Like, I didn't write, like, a super lengthy one. I wrote, like, it's about a 1-paragraph review. I feel like I was really concise and I hit all the points I needed to. So I do really enjoy the review that I wrote for that. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and The Bone Witch was really, really good. Favorite video you've done so far this year? For that, I'm going to go with my try a chapter tag. I thought I did really well with that, and I really enjoyed doing it. I had a lot of fun with it, so yeah, that's my answer. And then the last question, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? And I just have a couple of things. Obviously, the last book in the Fallen Kingdom series that comes out in December, but, like, obviously. Then I would also like to finish The Raven Cycle by Maggie C. Varda. I still have Blue Lily, Lily Boo, and The Raven King. I just don't have The Raven King, like, physically yet because all of them are paperback, and I really don't care about the paperback hardcover thing. But it's a 4-book series. I have the first 3 in paperback, so I'd rather just get the last one in paperback, so yeah. Because I'm not, like, dying to read it right this second. Like, I do want to read this pretty soon, but, like, I'm okay with waiting between these books just because they're so out there. I kind of need a break between them, so I'm okay with waiting. I think the paperback comes out in like September, so not much longer. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is Frostlight Night by Sarah Raj. Guys, this came out in September of last year. I pre-ordered it and I still haven't read it. I suck. I need to read this because I love the first 2 books in this series so much, and I need to finish this. I need to do it. It needs to happen. So I'm hoping this is going to happen next month in July. I want to make it happen. I think I've read like the first 2 chapters already. Like, I need to just come on and do it, you know? I was really interested in it, but then something else happened, like it always does. So hopefully I'll get to this soon. And that's it. That's my mid-year Freakout book tag thing. Oh, by the way, this was created by Chammy at Read Like Wildfire. And this tag is a couple years old, but everybody does it around the mid-year of each year because obviously your answers are going to change because you've read different things and all that. So yeah, let me know your answers to these questions in the comment, guys, and I will see you later. Bye!